Welcome to Sadie's Podcast, a podcast where we explore the different challenges and experiences that come with growing up and navigating through life. Whether you're in your teens, 20s, or beyond, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we'll be discussing a variety of topics that affect us all, from personal development and relationships to career and spirituality. We'll be exploring these topics with a fresh perspective and an open mind. Our goal is not to have all the answers, but to create a conversation that empowers us to figure out life together. So if you're ready to explore the ups and downs of life and learn from our guest experiences, then this is the podcast for you. I'm your host, Cedric, and I can't wait to grow and figure life out with you. Let's get started. So for this topic, we are going to discuss about very timely and relevant in the Philippines. Not only in the Philippines, but other countries as well. But before that, let me just drink my kape. Oh my God. So good. Where are we now? Oh yeah, Abu Dhabi. Charot? No. So, yeah. I'm talking about human immunodeficiency virus or HIV. So before we discuss, let me just share with you an article made by Inquirer.net. According to the January 2023 HIV/AIDS Registry of the Philippines of the DOH, there were 86 newly reported HIV cases involving 19 years old and below. There were 79 adolescents aged 10 to 19 years old and 7 children less than 10 years old, the DOH report said. Binasa ko ulit, sabi ko, what? You know, when I was 6 years old, pinipilit ko, nagmamakaawa ko at nagdadrama ako sa auntie at kay papa na ayaw ko magsiesta kasi gusto ko pumunta talaga sa kabilang bahay maglaro ng Chinese garter. Alam mo yun? Chinese garter talaga. Alam na bakla, no? Chinese garter. Or maglaro ng patintero. Gusto ko talagang maglaro. Pero, it's really alarming kasi tingnan mo naman, less than 10 years old. They are engaging into unprotected sex, which leads to for them to becoming HIV positive. So let me discuss the modes of transfer or ano ba paano ba makakuha ng HIV? Kasi yung iba kasi iniisip nila kapag wag mong nag-positive si ganyan, wag mo siyang yakapin kasi baka mahahawaan ka. Wag mong i-shake hands, wag mong gamitin yung yung baso or yung kutsara, yung makubiertos kasi mahahawaan ka. Ganun yung iniisip ng mga iba kapag pinag-uusapan ng HIV kasi nga hindi nga sila aware. So andito ako ngayon i-discuss ko kung ano ba yung paano yung modes of transfer ng ng HIV. So number 1 is through blood transfusion. So if the blood is infected with HIV, then na-transfuse sa receiver, of course, magkaka-positive. Next is mother to child birth. So for example, si mother is positive na siya and then nabuntis, and the baby might get the chance to makuha yung virus. Third naman is syringe. So for example, si HIV positive person gumamit siya ng syringe and then you were not aware na yung syringe na yun is infected with virus at ginamit mo din, then you will get the virus as well. And then last is the unprotected sex. So people who are not using condom. So dito na pupunta yung part na mai-infect ka dahil wala kang condom. So yung bodily fluids na infected papasok sa receiver, ayun, magkaka-positive din. But if you practice safe sex, and for those people who knows about merong tinatawag na pill na may pill na tinitake yung mga tao talaga na nag-e-engage talaga sa sex, unprotected sex. They called it hold on. They call it pre-exposure prophylaxis or PrEP. It is a medicine to take and to prevent getting HIV. So, yung PrEP or pre-exposure prophylaxis is highly effective for preventing HIV when taken as prescribed. So, it reduces the risk of getting HIV from sex about 99%. So, yung PrEP, laking tulong din siya of getting HIV from injection of drug use by at least mga 74%. This stats is based by CDC. It's based on CDC. Yeah, itong research na nakuha ko. So, kung yung person is sexually active siya and then with multiple partners and he is always taking PrEP, so it's very effective. Pero if you are engaging in multiple partners without taking any PrEP, then of course, you are so risky in getting the HIV. So, yun yung mga modes of transfer ng HIV. Hindi ka mahahawaan ng HIV. Ayan, inuulit-ulit ko po ulit. Paulit-ulit ko na sinasabi na hindi ka mahahawaan ng HIV kung nagbeso-beso kayo, naghug kayo. It's all about the infected bodily fluids or infected blood or infected syringe. Yun yung mga mode of transportation. Modes of transfer, kumbaga. Nag-ubos si HIV positive, hindi ka mahahawaan. Umubos siya, bumahing siya, walang transfer ng virus. Otherwise, kung sinisipon ka or may sipon ka, sipon lang. Pero as what I have said, bodily fluids, like yung sperm, nag-ejaculate sa loob ng receiver, ganon, or dugo. So, let's talk about HIV stigma. Ano yung stigma at saka discrimination? HIV stigma, it's like a negative attitude and belief about people with HIV. So, let's fight the stigma that those people are saying, let's fight stigma. So, here, I will explain what's the difference of HIV stigma and discrimination. Although they're having on the same boat as well. So, kapag stigma, bibigyan ka ng example like, believing that only certain groups of people can get HIV. So, kapag member ka ng LGBT, iisipan ng iba, ay bakla ka. Member ka ng LGBT, so kayo lang yung makakakuha ng HIV. No. Kahit anong edad, kung ano man ang status mo, kung bakla ka man, tibo ka man, lalaki ka man o babae, kung hindi ka maingat, makakakuha ka ng HIV. So, making moral judgments about people who take steps to prevent HIV transmission. So, sasabihin nila na, immoral to. Napaka-immoral yung gawain nyo kasi bakit nakikipag-sex ka, hindi pa kayo kasal, kaya ang ginawa mo ganyan, nagka-positive ka kasi multiple partner ang sinesex mo lagi. Something like that. Feeling the people deserve to get HIV because of their choices. So, example is, gawain mo na yan kasi prostitute ka. Ginawa mo yan kasi ginusto mo yan kaya nagka-HIV ka. Walang taong gustong magka-HIV, guys. Hindi nila hinangad na magka-HIV. Okay? Walang ganun, Mars. It's very wrong. Hindi nila choice. Okay? My God, nanggigil ako. So, what is discrimination? So, while stigma refers to an attitude or belief, okay? Belief lang to. So, discrimination is the behavior that result from those attitudes or belief. So, it's the act of treating people living with HIV differently than those without HIV. So, minensyon nga na to nung kanina. Like, wag mong gamitin yung baso ni kasi nga positive yan, baka mahawaan ka. separate yung mga plato mo, yung kubyertos mo kapag kumakain kayo, wag mong gamitin kasi baka mahahawaan ka. Discriminate yon. Or yung, wag kang makipaghalubilo sa kanya kasi nga, positive yun, baka mapano ka pa. So, it's a refusing a casual contact with someone living with HIV. Guys, ba't ganun? Walang ganun, Mars. Very wrong yun. So, next is, socially isolating a member of a community because they are HIV positive. So, for example, may mga events or birthday parties, medyo ingat kayo sa ganitong tao kasi nga positive siya. So, wag na lang nating i-invite. So, ano na lang, tayo-tayo na lang. Ganon. Or, yeah, ganon. Yung tatlong yun. So, let's fight the stigma, guys. Wag nating i-judge sila at hindi magandang mag-discriminate kasi kung ganito ang treatment mo sa ibang tao, it simply shows kung sino ka. Very wrong, guys. So, what causes HIV stigma? Saan ba to yung, ano ba talagang ugat ng stigma na to? I think many of our ideas about HIV come from HIV images that first appeared siguro mga way back 1980s. Yung, alam mo yung, tawag na to sa dulo ng dila ko, hindi ko masabi. Ano yung mga makikita mo sa isang tao na nag-positive sa HIV? May mga rashes, inuubo, nangangayat, that leads to AIDS. So, the lack of information and awareness combined with outdated beliefs lead people to fear getting HIV. So, I think additionally, many people think of HIV as a disease that only certain groups get. So, this leads to negative value judgment about people who are living with HIV. So, ano siya? Dahil sa nakikita nila na ganito yung stages kapag nagka-HIV positive, nakikita nila yung mga rashes, nakikita nila yung mga nagbago sa katawan ng tao. Ganun, nakakakuha na ng mga sakit yung isang taong mahina na yung immunity dahil sa pag-create ng antibodies para sa HIV. So, nangangayat siya, nanghihina siya. So, nakikita to ng mga tao. So, ini-stigmatize nila. So, they tend to separate these people from the society kasi nga medyo medyo hindi na kaaya-ayang tignan. Ganon. Napakasakit napakasakit na feeling para sa isang tao nagka-positive pero up until now actually meron talagang stigma, but what can be done about HIV stigma? So, you need to talk openly about HIV. That's what I'm doing right now. To normalize the subject. Di porke na may nakikita ng mga butlig-butlig or anything, pero alam na nga na nag-positive na yung tao tapos nangayat na, may pneumonia na. Guys, wag nyo namang i-stigmatize or i-discriminate yung tao. Nanghihina nga na yung tao, di ba? Nanghihina na nga, di ba? So, ginaganon nyo pa. So, it really affects the well-being of that person, yung mental health niya, at saka yung physical health niya at the same time. So, we need to discuss about it. Be mindful of how you talk about HIV and people living with HIV. Di ba? So, we can all help end HIV stigma through our words and actions in our everyday lives. Like, be sensitive naman, guys. Okay? So, that is my topic about HIV. And thank you for cdc.gov for my references. Nag-research ako about this topic sa cdc.gov and for inquirer.net. So, anyways, meron ding mga organization like Love Yourself sa Pilipinas who are conducting HIV test, and this can be taken free of charge, and then the result is private. It's all yours. So, I highly recommend to those people na mag-take ng HIV test. For me, I know my status. So kayo din, you need to take an HIV test. I really highly recommend kasi this is para din to sa mga it's for the betterment of everybody. Okay? So again, hindi nakakahawa ang HIV kapag nagbeso-beso kayo or nag-hug kayo, ginamit mo yung kubyertos, iba po. So let's fight HIV stigma and let's remove the discrimination. Alright, so once again, thanks for listening to my podcast. Sadie here. And see you again on my next episode. I'm signing out now. Bye-bye.